Hello, so this should be a relatively short blow-by-blow explanation on how breakdown on how crew combat math works in Star Trader Frontiers. Before I go into combat, I just need to go a bit on the gear, some gear stats. So this guy has his name is Darren Danam, right? It's one of my fighters. He's if we look at stats. He's a swordsman with 8 levels of zealot, which hampers his ability to hit things. He didn't get any blade bonus. We will get to that in combat against Xenos. He's not gonna stand a prayer on hitting with this build. It's more like a decoy against them, and that's why. But the 8 levels of zealot, it's used for fervor. Fervor can clear stuns on your healer, which can be very dangerous, right? That's why it's worth the sacrifice. And with the level of Blade Dancer and Feint, and if he has his brother near him, which is a swordsman 5 level of Wing Commando that has knife work and also a level of Zealot, right? He eventually stands, and with plenty of to hit buffs, he eventually starts to have some decent chance of hitting Xenos in combat. This will not be the case with the team I'm gonna test with. I'm gonna have a shock trooper near him, so he's just gonna be mostly decoy against against Xenos, against humans. Swordsman again, he will struggle to land hits. The talents are here, right? He still has this Flash Fury, which even against things he cannot hit, he can do shuffles, right? Which shuffles are important. It shuffles to 3 position. Now back to gear. So look at the armor, right? It has this deflection stat, and this is not an internalized deflection. You can multiply it, can reduce it with buffs. This it's shown as an interval, the ballistics and the soak, the melee soak on an armor. But if we look at in the database or loading the game, so just to verify we're looking at the right character here, right? It's there in the gnome, and with his quickness and strength and all that, and we go to, let's go to the equipped armor first, right? He has a single value here for the ballistic soak. It's 72 and 42 for the melee soak, right? And this is half, this 50%, 50% of 72, what it shows you in game. Why it shows it like that in game is because even on a non-penetrating hit, you actually, there's RNG to get the whole full value. You get between 50 and 100%. We will show the numbers right away, but just to show why I consider this, because for initial numbers, right, are gonna work only on this 100%. This one is buffed or debuffed by the amount of armor buffs the target has, and then some RNG will be performed on this buffed number. This is just for your information, right? Get an idea that they're showing you in game that 50%, it's not this full number, you're gonna get less. And if it's a penetrating attack, you're gonna get even less. Looking at the weapon, deflection, it's here, right? Single number, easier to grasp, to follow in following math. So the weapon is the reverse blade, right? And what we're looking at is this minimum damage and maximum damage. So the 54, the minimum damage is 55. The way it's done, this is set amount 54, and then it rolls between 1 and this RNG damage between 22. So if you add 1 to 54, you get 55 minimum damage, and if you roll high, you get 54 plus 20 plus 22. You should get 76. Yeah, don't feel me now. Basic addition. Okay, and the piercing on the weapon, again, a single number, right? No no funny interval. Okay, so now I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna load in actual combat with some Xenos and follow some blow by blow calculations there. Here we go, Xeno fight. Yeah, those are the guys. Let's go. Okay, this if you wanna fight Xenos in this game, it means you cannot have any other own initiative talent. All the others are trashed by this one, because it starts with +2 initiative. It actually applies, right? Usually in turn initiative buffs will only apply on the next turn, combat turn, but the own initiative ones apply when they trigger, right? It's turn 1, and it did provide, and also did provide armor, 15% armor, chance to resist debuffs, right? There is only one initiative talent that is not trashed by this, and it's on the sniper, and I don't recall by name. We will see it in action on the turn 2. It requires the sniper to be in stealth to activate, so you can control and have it activate on turn 2 and not compete with Irit last resolve, which is very important in fighting these guys. If you look at them, this one's is not a sniper. This one's got an assault rifle, right? They can roll with different types of weapons. These guys are melee. Crash blade. Not a lot of piercing, right? On their melee weapons. Just looking at them, but the assault rifle, it's got better penetration, pierce penetration. I'll use this interchangeably. And if you roll a sniper, right, with sniper talents, that's gonna be something to watch out for. Now I'll just do some buffs first. I'll pause, and when we actually start doing an attack, we're gonna look at the attack, right? Okay, so I had an attack that is probably interesting enough, right? This dude attacked my shock trooper here, and did some damage to her. Let's look in the combat log what it actually looks like here. So chittering 27 level against my level 23. What is my level 3 soldier shock trooper hunter? I think this might be 11. Right, you want the big titan shell or whatever, and this one is 1 level you need for Irit least resolve, and the rest will be soldier. So the ability, it's a melee ability. We can watch that here because he's using blade skill. That's how you would tell. And the soaking, you would see that the soaking is 57. If you look at his armor, my armor, soldier armor stats, right? I'm using keeper plate. Melee is 42, soaking, but I have armor buffs here. Some of all the way to 37, and I could go and break that down, but maybe easier to see in game. The game may not show all of them. Okay, so I opened the Ilya Svensson character, right, stats, and we're gonna look at the buffs. So this is the combined active buffs, effects, debuffs, traits, everything is the source. We're looking right now at armor, right? Armor buffs total, it's 37, that's 1.37. And if we want a breakdown, we need to go array of active combat effects, right? And there's 5 active combat effects on her right now, and we need to go to each and every one of them and see how much armor they provide. So there's a 12% and +2 initiative. That is the melee whatever, melee skin. That's the gear, right? Then we've got no armor from this effect, so don't care right now. This effect provides no armor. This effect provides 15% armor and melee defense. This is and 2 initiative. You recognize this. Erase the resolve, right? Do I have a name for it? Effect name here. Erase resolve. And if I add 15 plus whatever 12, we're not there yet, so maybe more. And we get 10 more from backline leader, so that's a buff that's active on it, cast by the sniper soldier in the backline, right? And if you add all three, you get to 37. Okay, I moved that screen out of the way. That's where the 37 armor buff comes from. And if we look here at this soaking, the mod is 42 times 137 should give us this 57. Let me check and make sure. There you go, 42 times 1. So this is the base melee armor soaking on the keeper's plate she has equipped, and this is the total armor bonus. It could be negative, right? If there's debuffs, they all add together. Multiplied gives us 57.54. That's the called buff soaking, and we will get to damage application in a bit, right? Just remember what this 57 comes from. So first, there's gonna be hit resolution, right? We roll to hit or miss. So the chance to hit against her was pretty high. What the game gives you in the log is this 28 strong plus 12 against 5 strong plus 23 standard and 15 melee. This is melee bonus, right? 15. Again, it's from erase the result. If you can right on the fly have an idea of the chance for this event happening, you are statistics god or something. But I do take the liberty and calculate an approximated hit chance. And what I do, I just run this event, these dice rolls, like I don't know, 15,000 times, right? And just count how many times this check succeeded. So in this case, maybe you not have an idea just looking at a glance, but it's pretty high chance to hit us. So the result was 10 successes against 4 for our defense. We got hit. And where the dice is coming from, right? It's a melee attack, so the blade skill of the attacker, where is it? It has 22 blade skill, right? Plus 0 from bonus. They can get bonus blade skill as well. Plus 6 is on weapon accuracy. He is equipped with this crash blade, which has plus 6 accuracy weapon stat. You can check it on the database, whatever. And the talent accuracy. So he used whatever the name, performs pounds of pressure, right? So you need to go in the database and see what that talent stats are, but believe me, it provided 0 accuracy. Some talents can provide bonus accuracy, bonus piercing, bonus crit chance, right? I will show it this way. And then he gets 12 from half his strength attribute. If we go strength 27, 24 with 0 bonus. Again, this one particularly did not roll any bonus strength. So this weapon is using strength for its chance to hit. And then we are looking at chance to melee chance to hit, right? buff, the sum of modifiers, and it comes from whatever accuracy and from the talent. And in this case, there was no extra, right? But it was enough to hit us. What's it called? Shock troopers in melee, they tend to be easy to hit. And our defense, it's 5 strong dice. And where are those 5 dice? From the party, and her party comes from where? The weapon. She's got a Ilya weapon. The snubber has 5 parry, right? That's where she's getting the parry. And the tactical snubber, I think it's weapon locker weapon. And blade skill, she's got none. And I don't think it would apply anyway, because she's got, with the snubber you cannot put. Let's look at her stats again. Do you have blade skill? I don't think she does. No blade skill, but it wouldn't apply anyway. You need to have a blade equipped, right, for this to apply in defense. Either in offhand, but with the snubber you cannot put blade in offhand. And 23 standard, this is, where is this 23 standard dice is coming? In this case, it's a half of whatever it's higher between strength and quickness, right? Strength for her is 22, quickness is 18, so strength is higher, half of it is 11, rounded down. It's not rounded down. Oh, here, 11, yeah. I was going on the line above 12. Now, for the defense, this is the line for the defense. This is right, 11. Half strength. Strength is here, 22 for the target. And 12, this is max from evasion stat or minimum from the stealth. If you have stealth skill or the armor, you have a stealth armor. In this case, it's evasion. This is not a stealth dodger. Evasion. Again, we look at her skill. She's got 12 evasion. A soldier, she gets some evasion leveling up. And shock troopers, they get less. And then we get melee defense bonus, right? The irritates resolve 15%. And we did the comparison, right? And we got hit. So the first part is we roll to hit. Then what happens when you get hit? It takes the weapon damage. The weapon damage, we look at, she's got a crash blade equipped, right? That's the damage, 42 base, and then big RNG part. So this is quite a big variation on the damage inflicted by this crash blade, right? It's almost doubling or half between minimum and max. So it was 52 in this case. How? 42 the minimum, and then RNG for 36. And yeah, in this case we got 52. And it calculated the damage of the attack, right? That's the next step. Calculate the damage of the weapon. He could have had melee damage buffs. He didn't in this case. And then it calculates it goes to check for a roll for deflection, right? In this case, since our deflection was so huge compared to his piercing, right? He doesn't get to roll deflection. Look at it. We had 160 from armor, no extra buffs, but he's got 20 from the weapon, right? Very tiny, and the talent provided extra 25. That's 45 total. If you remove 45 from 100, and I think it's 85 here, we get an extra bonus of 25 when our deflection it's minus his pierce, it's double the pierce value, right? Regardless, his chance to to penetrate was less than 0. That's what I'm getting at in this case. So it doesn't even roll. We are in the case of auto deflection. The whole, we get the full armor soaking when we get to that. Then it rolls for chance to crit. The chance to crit, yeah, from the stealth skill, he's not in stealth, so 0. You would get 10 plus your stealth skill if you were in stealth when performing the attack. 0. He's got 0 tactics, attacker, skills, tactics, no tactics. They can roll tactics even from bonus, right? He didn't in this case, so no crit, but they and the talent, the buffs, okay, he didn't get lots of buffs. It's turn 1, his first attack, no crit from buffs, and the talent, okay, whatever you see, spawns of pressure has a 10% inherent chance to crit, so they can always crit. Unless you put a debuff that lowers his crit chance on him, but those are rare. Yeah, so this is extraneous feedback, but it doesn't hurt, right? It tells me that this talent made a red read on his melee stat. Then, surprise, this is the roll to crit, and he's succeeded on that 10%. And then now I'm calculating the damage, right? The damage was 52 and it's upped by, so this 52 multiplied by 1.47. Where is this coming from? You get 20% on a crit regardless. The weapon skill is added, right? So that's 42 and you get an extra RNG of 20. So in this case RNG of 20 was 5, so the total was 1.47. So the damage was raised from 52, we've seen it roll before, and now it's 76. We checked before, it's an auto deflection case, so the hit was deflected. What does this mean? The damage after armor soaking, our armor soaking was 47%. So you multiply the damage, 76, the crit damage multiplied by 47% damage absorption, that is soaking remains 40 damage. So I took 40 damage. How is this 47 soaking reached in this case? So if it's not piercing attack, you get half your fortitude, rounded down, right? There's no RNG, you get half your fortitude. Where is her fortitude? So the target attributes fortitude, she's got 28 with the bonus plus, but she didn't have any, doesn't have any. So 14% plus, you get 28, so you get half your buffed soaking. We went before where this 57 is coming from, right? It was 42 the melee soaking of the armor multiplied by 1.37 of the armor buffs, some of the armor buffs, and you get half of it. If it's not penetrating hit, you get half of it. So 57 by 2, it gets 20. Again, it's rounded down. So by now it's 30, 40, 42, and you get a bit more, and this bit more, it's here. It's a minimum between an RNG of the other half, right? The up to 100%, and the other one it's just 25%. It is divided by 4, whatever its minimum. So in this case, the minimum was 5. Probably we rolled because this by 4 should be like this by 2, so that would be 14. Okay, so at best we could have gotten another 14% here on this term, but we rolled poorly on the 50%, so we only got 5. So 5 plus 14 plus 28 equals 47, and we multiply 40 by whatever, 100 minus 47, it's 53. and that is the damage that's getting applied. I'll try to do. I will write this right in the video comment. I will, maybe it'll be clear in the comment, but and I will try to do another example for a piercing attack, right? Okay, so let's look at this Titan shell shot against Terox Shittering, whatever. It was a piercing attack, so let's go through it. Perhaps not the most ideal attack. Elia was hit before with some buff stripping attack, right? So she had 0 buffs, but she was down to 16 action points or whatever initiative for this round, so I had to take Titan Shell because otherwise I would have went into a penalty if I consumed more action points doing something else with her, trying to buff. So the to hit chance, right? We had a pretty high chance to hit. Where it comes from, I'll go a bit quicker, right? 29 strong dice, the rifle skill, and on weapon accuracy, the tactical snubber should be somewhere around here. Weapon snubber, that's the damage, accuracy 9, right? On weapon accuracy, and the talent, the Titan Shell provides no extra to hit bonus. And then the attributes have strength 11, and Titan Shell provides accuracy buff on cast. It's not strength, not straight accuracy, but multiplier, right? 25% chance to hit. And she had no accuracy buffs. Where she did, they were just debuffed before. So, and for the target, it's his evasion plus his armor dodge. It's not stealth, no case of stealth here. The armor on the guy, meshed body armor with 8 dodge. Okay, and the attribute, it's max between quickness or wisdom by half. So we look his attributes. He's the target in this case. Quickness, wisdom probably 28 by 2, it's 14. And no stealth, no tactics. The best of this, right? But he has 0 on both, and he has no range defense bonus or penalty. And this was the actual sum of successes, right? We rolled 20 successes on this, and he rolled only 10, so we hit him. Then the hit resolution, the damage, the weapon damage, it's 80 plus RNG of 45 on the snubber. We have a damage multiplier. So this is again from talent, I believe, because she was debuffed. The weapon, it's just 64 RNG 36, but with the 25 bonus, again, Titan Shell. Where are you? Target buffs, attacker buffs. So the only buffs that she had on, right? Remaining is the one that cannot be dispelled. It comes from her gear. It's the Milia skin, 12% armor and 2 initiative. So where is this range damage? It's from the talent. It's Titan Shell has 25% chance to hit and 25 extra range damage multiplier. The roll to deflect. It wasn't an auto piercing, right? He has a really small chance to deflect, but it didn't happen. So where it's coming from? His armor is target armor, meshed body armor, deflection, right? 114. Where were we? Here. and my chance to pierce was 70. The one on the weapon is 70, and the talent that Titan shell, it's quite something. Also provides 25 extra piercing, right? 70 on weapon on the snubber plus 25. You do the math here, right? 100 minus 70 minus 25, you get 90%. He didn't roll it, right? So we are in the piercing case, and the chance to crit for my attack was 0. My buffs were debuffed, and this attack provides no crit chance, and she has no tactics. She could have, but she doesn't. Not the case for stealth, and the buffs were removed, and this particular turn doesn't provide extra crit chance, so no crit. And the damage after the soaking. So here we just apply the damage, right? The soaking, anything happened to it? Is it the ballistic soaking on the armor? Yeah, there's no armor buff for him, right? No extra armor, no less armor, so that's 46. And then we go on this math here. So he got 70% damage absorption on my attack. So my damage was 107 multiplied by 70% damage absorption. You get 88 damage, and that's what was applied to him. 88 piercing damage. Where did he get his 17, right? His fortitude. So in a case of a piercing attack, you don't get half your fortitude, you get a quarter of it, divided by rounded down, right? Fortitude target the attributes 25 divided by 4, rounded down, you get 6.4, 24. And here we get an extra 11 from, so you don't get 3 terms here, you just got half RNG, half of your buffed armor soaking. So even for piercing hits, if you buff your armor rating, you have a chance to get a bit more soaking, right? Half of 46 is 23, so she rolled RNG of 23 and she got 11, but this is RNG 1, 2, right? You can have a bazillion soaking, right? I can still roll a 1 here, 1%. And that's how, so piercing attacks can be dangerous, and you can't really mitigate them, right? With even the hugest of soaking, you only have a chance to apply some soaking here, but you can always roll minimum interval 1. Only the fortitude is granted, but how much fortitude can a character get, right? At 32 divided by 4, you're gonna be at 8% damage reduction, plus 1 here, right? 9, 10%. It's dangerous. Piercing attacks are very dangerous and are very weakly mitigated by armor buffs. What you're looking for is deflection buffs against stuff with high piercing, like a sniper. Maybe I show another example. Just go through quicker. Hopefully it's clear now. So turn 2, I think it's called the buff. Dominant eye, maybe no. Vanishing act. Right. Yeah, but I don't know what's happening here. She should have, perhaps I'm blind and don't see, she should have a passive in turn 2 that activates because she was installed and provide her extra initiative and some other bonuses, like maybe it is vanishing act, but no, this is something you use manually. It's not the vanishing act. I swear I'll edit the name in the description of the talent. Whatever. This looks like dangerous situation, but they rolled very low initiative for this round, right? And we had our buffs. And let's do. Well, this is what you're here for. So if I go below 19, he's gonna act first, right? Do I do a bandage first, or I just go for it? This guy, his chance to hit right now, even with plenty of buffs, right? He doesn't have a good chance to hit. What I can do is try to swap these guys, and right, he only has good chance to hit against this guy, but I cannot bring him forward without the sniper switching this position first, and then I can switch those two and I bring him here. So my other option is to try and go for a feint here, which has better chance to hit against this guy. This guy's not gonna die from a feint attack. He's got too much HP already. So let's go for slow this guy even further. Here, do I have time to mess around with this? The perch, not really. 15, I don't know which one goes first. Let's just go with the hook. Here, this should be an attack with great piercing chance. And if I attack any of these guys, they're not gonna die from it because I'm using an assault rifle. If it was whatever a sniper, maybe I would have wanted to bring him forward. I think it's smarter in this situation to just go with the quicker attack, right, and try to remove this guy. Now 22. Discipline will take me down to I think I can squeeze in a discipline, yeah. Math is hard, and still can then do a Titan before he gets to act and not go into recovery. And you could have finished him off if he were in range, but he isn't. So my option is to slow this guy down or to bring this guy forward. What do I do? Let's try swapping them. I didn't have a prayer landing the hit, but I still get to act before him, right? So maybe I can kill him with a feint. Oh, and there's also this. God damn it. There's also this, which, right, there's a piercing attack with a bit more buffs on her. Anything interesting though? No, those are defensive buffs for the most part. Yeah, the rapid bandage, the extra deflection, very good. Defense. A bit of armor piercing from lifeline. Okay, so by now the fight it's officially over. Right, let's try do a piercing attack though again. In this situation, this is the better call. Right, it will debuff his chance to hit, and I can get 2 of them. And I have the dude in range, right? I can even do this and buff myself even further. This is the range guy, it's easy to hit. Can I do a hook here? I think I can. Right. And with 2 action points, I might as well go into recovery or not. Let's play it ultra safe. Chicken mode. No, this guy is debuffed. Let's remove their potential to do harm. 26. So I want to be above 15 when when I do the big shot, right? So until then I can do buffs. Right. So the difference, right? This is the melee guy with all my mountain of buffs. Most of them are defensive, but still not a great chance to hit because the guy doesn't have the stats. He isn't built for it. But the shooting guy, right? This one's got the rifle. Shooting fish in a barrel. We're gonna check that. Let's check that. Flash Fury against the Terox that has a Razor Phoenix, the assault rifle. Right. So the to hit calculation blade, we've seen it before with 30% chance to hit, bonus, and the target, the defense, right? That's where he struggles. He's got no parry, he's got no blade, no strong dices to defend against melee attacks. Just like your shock troopers struggle to defend against Xeno melee attacks and human melee attacks, so do the Xeno, the rifle carrying Xenos, snipers, whatever. And whatever else he's got 12 from strength weakness and a bit of evasion skill, but not enough. So an easy hit, the damage, we got damage buffs at this stage, right? The mountain of buffs, 50%. Won't go down and break it down. The chance to deflect was quite high. The weapon I have, right, doesn't the blades in general, except the very high-end story rewards and stuff, they don't get a lot of piercing. And the talent, right, helps. It gets a bit 25. What is this? Flash Fury gets 25. It also gets 25 to crit. You see below. And we got pierce buff from one of the buffs on him. Could go and check. Probably quicker here. No piercing. Pause while I. Okay, so it's rush courage, the great melee accuracy buff, and the damage buff, and piercing buff. It gives you 10% extra piercing. So let's go back. And luckily we rolled the pierce. We did not roll to crit. We had a pretty high chance to crit. This guy has 1 point of tactics. And we have a chance to crit buff in that mountain. I'm not going. You can go back and check where the 10% is coming from. And 25 from the one cast on the talent. This one got 25% chance to crit. It was 36, rather high, but it didn't happen on this particular attack. The piercing was the damage after piercing was 84, and he had 80% soaking. So what? 5 from fortitude by half. So the piercing attack are easy to follow, right? The soaking, it's 46. He's got no buffs, armor buffs or whatever buffs, target buffs. Oops. There are some buffs on him. We must check. So it's penalty to hit, melee and ranged probably, yeah. But no armor modifier, right? He has a buff to his chance to crit. This is the feint and the buff to initiative. Range defense lowered by whatever we hit him with. I think suppressive fire, it's in here somewhere, right? Lowering his chance to hit. Whatever, the soaking, it's not changed. It comes straight from the armor. Ballistic soaking 46, divided by 2, it's 23, and he rolled and he had a really low roll. So he only get 3 out of up to 23 potentially. And 5 from the fortitude, 8. So this is what I'm talking about. Piercing attacks are dangerous, and armor soaking will not save you. Do I do one more? Let's see. Let's finish the fight. This is a potentially interesting ability, skipping from one thing to the other, right? It comes from the blade bodyguard. He has a level bodyguard to provide him with blade skill, so he can use a blade to, for defense. So it allows him to switch position 3 and 4, right? But in order to use it, he needs to be in position 2. So it's kind of wasted on him. Rarely will you be in a position 2 with your combat doctor and not want to cast this on whatever is in position 3 to get back to safety, right? Unless you have like a captain with 200 HP, and then maybe you're confident in keeping the doctor healed. Okay, continuing the fight. So the combat medic, I think this one was born with a bit of pistol bonus, right? Okay, at this stage in the fight with many buffs, he actually stands a decent chance to hit. The alternative would be to try to fix the morale issue here, or put another buff like this one provides. No, this one provides extra armor. This one, vaccination watch. You know, there's one that provides extra armor. Yep. So I could do that, or I could try and go for a kill here, right? Pistols, right? On the issue of pistols, usually if you play a pistolier, right, when you use pistol talent, you want a pistol that acts quickly, that fires often, right? But with the combat medic, that 99% of the time he's not going to shoot, he's not going to use the pistol offensively, he's just buffing. The pistol that you wanna, that I tend to equip, it's the one with the higher action point cost, because those one come with big piercing, right? It has big. Let's look. So the pistol that I used on this attack is weapon, the Otype Blaster, right? It has decent damage, high initiative cost, but high pierce, right? For a pistol, that's a pretty high number. So if you're gonna take that one shot once in a blue moon, at least it's gonna hurt if it connects, if you decide to take the shot. So you been threatening for a long time to use staggering hit, right? Let's see. Oh, you need to be in stealth mode. Gee. You don't have this debuff active. Let's slow you down even more. 14. So if I use Titan Shell, there's a high chance to kill him and end the fight before I do the piercing attack. Don't want to do that. Maybe just do a bandage. Right, and now this is going to put me into recovery. No, it's not going to put me into recovery, but I could use 2 suppressing fire instead of this, right? So usually suppressing fire edges this out most of the time. But let's use a highly piercing attack, right? So guaranteed to pierce. Let's see what it, pretty much guaranteed to pierce. Let's go and see what it looks like. So we use staggering hit with a rifle, assault rifle. The chance to deflect, he still had 50% deflection. Oh, the armor. He's got plated combat armor with 154 deflection. That's a lot. The Teros Hunter is pretty heavily armored. And our piercing 44. So if I had a sniper rifle, probably those come with higher pierce, but the assault rifle, I'm using the faster one, right? 10 action points, initiative, whatever. But still, it's decent, and we have a buff, 10%, and the talent comes with this big chunk, right? 50%. So it was a coin flip, but we managed to to pierce, and we actually crit, right? The crit chance pretty high. Sniper has stealth. I don't have a lot of sniper levels on her, only 5, just to get the ability, right? To switch position 3 and 4. That's what it's for. So we get she probably have 3 stealth. Where is it? Attacker skills stealth. Yeah, just 3. No bonus. And then you get from just for being in stealth, right? 13. No tactic skill. She didn't roll any. And the buffs, right? 30% can go back and check. And the talent also comes with so staggering hit comes with 10 extra percentage to crit. This was pretty high chance to crit. And we did roll it, and the crit damage, weapon skill 20, rifles plus 20 you get no matter what on a crit, and another extra RNG to 20. So another 12%. So this is the multiplier on the damage. The damage was rolled before, 104. And the soaking, actually, this is a case when the soaking actually helped him. So this is a penetrating hit, right? Very low from fortitude, and here is just RNG. So this could have rolled 1, but he did roll high. He rolled really high. I think the minimum would have been 30. How do you get to 34 here? Because half of this thing is what? Oh, 35, 36, 37. 37, okay. He rolled really high, right? Top of the line. The best, almost the best he could have. And the best he could have, so 40% on his lucky day, right? It reduced quite a bit of the damage, and that's why he survived. Also, the assault rifle is not a good weapon to damage with, because where am I rolling damage with it? Look at this. The charger, right? You got 30 minimum damage, and look at the RNG part, right? So you can do between 30 and 100. It's huge swing. So it can, finger of death sometimes, and sometimes just barely scratch. It's not a reliable weapon. Yeah, by any means. Let's just go finish the fight. Again, feed kills, kill shot to the combat medic. I mean, we're pretty maxed out here. Humiliation. So we didn't pierce him. Let's think this is enough. I've shown enough. So the experience granted on the end. So what does he say here? We get in total 217. So this is divided in slices of size 31, right? And some of the guys got 2 slices, and this girl only get 1 slice, right? And yeah, with my big chance to crit pistol, right, out of deflection, we didn't stand a chance. He had the penalty to deflection, but my piercing, just 42 from the weapon, was too far. Not a chance. Even with the big gun against the heavy armors, the big handgun, the pistol, no chance to pierce. And so again, the other case, the case where deflecting, you get half of your fortitude, rounded down, you get half of your armor soaking, rounded down, so it was 37. Last check, he rolled when he didn't get it, right? He rolled between 1 and 37, and he got 34. That's why I said he rolled high. And then he gets a minimum between a quarter, so half of it again, 30, 18, 19, whatever, or
RNG, and here he rolled the poor RNG. He only gets 3 out of 1 to 37. He got a 3 here. So total 48%. So it half my damage from 95. It went down to 50, 49. I will also do some writing in the comment.